just touched him, actually, Swamiji went into ecstasy and samadhi. And in that ecstasy, and Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa had asked him many questions, and what questions he had asked, what answers he had given, only Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa knew, and Swami Vivekananda also did not know. Because he was in that samadhi, what questions were posed to him, what answers he had given himself, did not know, but Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa knew, and he had just to confirm his vision before Vivekananda, he had a vision that, he brought him from the Saptarshi Mandala, is one of the 7 sages who had descended onto this earth to help him in his spiritual mission, to help Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in his spiritual mission, say modern Rishi. So these are all some of his personality traits, if you really want to define Vivekananda. And what was the work that he had accomplished? So we all know that in Vivekananda, after traveling across the length and breadth of this nation, he left for America, that he participated in the Chicago Parliament of Religions. When he addressed the gathering as Sisters and Brothers of America, there was standing ovation. They had given actually a standing applause for him for 3 minutes, they say. And he became a celebrity overnight. And afterwards he moved. He crisscrossed America to spread the message of Vedanta. They heard him with rapt attention. And the opinion the Americans had till then was, India was a land of poverty. People of India were in deep ignorance. People were full of superstitions, no education. It's a very backward nation. And a kind of heathens and barbarians, incapable of self-rule. That's the reason it is apt for the British to rule over them. This was the idea that American society had about India. Because, anyway, when the ruler nation, whoever is ruling actually, the rulers, what they do, they spread, the canards and according to their understanding. So, because the oppressor has to, justify himself. So that's how they justified their rule. You are not capable of self-rule. You are full of ignorance and superstition. You are uncivilized. You are barbarians. You are heathens. And so you ought to be ruled. And then Vivekananda went and told Americans actually, yes, of course, my country is poor, but in terms of spiritual wisdom, we are super rich. And all the Americans, after hearing Vivekananda, and many Christian missionaries also, they felt that, is it, why are we sending our missionaries to this land, the land of actually, spiritual treasures? And so there was a lot of persecution and opposition for Vivekananda's, ministry and the mission. And but he had to, combat, and he had to deal with all that. And that's why Roma Rolla describes Vivekananda as a warrior prophet, a warrior monk. And the American newspapers described him as a cyclonic monk. That combative spirit he had to display because there were so many forces inimical to his work. Because the missionaries actually were losing their, bread, because that was their main support. They would show, tell all lies about India there, and they would raise funds, and it became difficult for them to raise funds so that, for their missionary work. And also some Indian, groups also opposed him and tried to assassinate the character and so many things. But all that he had to face and, to display that combative spirit. And Swamiji said that actually, I thought at one time that I would have to leave my bones in this country. That was the resistance that they had. And that Robert Ingersoll, he told Vivekananda openly and said, Swamiji, had you come here 50 years back, you would have been burnt alive. And then Swamiji said, yes, I knew you were such, uncivilized people. So you would have been burnt alive, he said. That was the kind of intolerance that they had in America. That's the situation. But the time when Swami Vivekananda went and they became little broad-minded and there was democratic aspirations, the country became democratic. And so, because they were open-minded people, they received him well. And it was not India which discovered Vivekananda, it was America which discovered Vivekananda. We need to understand. Swamiji went across the country asking for help to start a mission, but nobody came forward. No king came forward, no Jamindar came forward. And then he thought, that he meditated on the Kanyakumari rock for 3 nights and 3 days, how to actually, help my motherland. Why it has become so degraded. See, he wept literally, and he wanted to raise India. And then he hit upon this idea, let me go to the West, the most affluent land of the times. Now also it is the most affluent nation, America. And Swamiji understood that because this country in Thomas, they don't understand the spiritual message, the message of their own ancestors. We have become so incapable at the time. We are not in a position to understand the message of our own forefathers. That is a kind of tragedy that struck us because 1,000 years of foreign rule, any nation actually would lose faith in itself. 750 years of the Muslim rule and again 250 years British rule, such a prolonged rule by foreigners actually made us lose faith in our own traditions, in our religious beliefs, in our customs, in our great spiritual heritage. And Swamiji hit upon this idea of going to the West because America was full of grudges and they had attained a lot of prosperity. And now they had a thirst for spiritual, message. And so if I give this message to them, and they would respond, they would reciprocate, and they would give me money, and with that money actually he wanted to start an organization, he wanted to help Indians. Of course, expectation came true, and Swamiji went about preaching Vedanta there. They received it well. And when one lady told Swamiji, actually, you are giving us wonderful, lectures on philosophy and spirituality. We really, appreciate that. How can we help you? And Swamiji told, oh, madam, love India. Okay. You love India, that is the thing that I expect of you. You don't have to do anything else to me. And that was the kind of patriotism he had exhibited. And when somebody told, actually, Swamiji, you are giving a wonderful message to us, Swamiji said that I am not preaching, and I am not giving you any message. I am selling my brains in the market of America to raise money for my country, he said. The focus was India, to raise money for India. But Indians actually, there were many Jamindars at that point of time also, many kings actually. They had plenty of wealth and riches, but they didn't give any pie. Everybody has become actually a kind of slave to British, and then they wanted to enjoy themselves. Totally indifferent, heartless. This is my country, these are my people. They are languishing in ignorance. Okay, they are languishing in poverty. Let me do something. But you enjoy, how could you enjoy, that kind of luxury when your own fellow human beings actually are in such abject poverty? That means you are totally heartless, you have become. So that patriotism is not there, nowhere to be seen. It's too selfish, too greedy, too individualistic. And then actually that hurt Swamiji was deeply wounded to see the degeneration. He could not believe that actually country was so degraded when he was actually under the discipleship of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Only when he traveled in the country he saw the level of ignorance, the level of superstition, the level of poverty, and the degraded condition of the people. And then that missionary zeal came to him, and then he went there, America. So for 2.5 years actually, hectic work, intense work, no respite. From city to city actually he hopped and then actually gave the lectures and they received. And that John Wright, that Harvard University Greek professor, when he gave the introduction, when Swamiji said, I have no credentials, I have come all the way from India to represent my dharma, but they are refusing entry to me because I don't have credentials. And then the professor says, Swamiji asking you for credentials is like asking the sun what right it has to shine. You are an embodiment of knowledge. The professor, in a half an hour interaction, he could detect the greatness and the genius of Swamiji, and then he gives that introduction later, and where he writes, here is a man, Dr. Barrows, my dear Barrows, here is a man who is more learned than all of our learned professors put together. Okay, and that's how actually in 2 lines, Professor Wright describes Vivekananda, and then Swamiji could appear at the Parliament of Religions. Afterwards, what happened, history, you all know that. So he brought glory to his motherland. He helped the world discover India. He raised the nation in the estimation of the people of the world. And then he came back to India. What he did, India was in deep slumber, and he wanted to wake up the nation. How to wake up the nation? You have to tell the glory of this nation, glory of the ancestors, glory of the spiritual culture. He landed in Colombo. From Colombo to Almora, he had given a series of lectures. There is a special book, actually, separate book, Lectures from Colombo to Almora. So particularly the people of Madras province, they understood. Romarola writes, actually, the people of Madras were eagerly waiting for Swamiji. In a frenzied delirium, they were waiting for Vivekananda. And he was received so well, Swamiji never thought that he would get, that kind of welcome. Because he had, established himself there in America, the American reporters, newspapers, how they reported. And the same thing, actually, Indian newspapers also reported, and Swamiji became such a great celebrity. The whole nation was eagerly waiting to receive him. So he landed there in Colombo, and this Tamil people and the people of this Madras presidency, they received him well. And in Ramnad, Raja of Ramnad, actually, he pulled the chariot of Vivekananda, and Swamiji was surprised, and Swamiji said that this is the respect actually that Indians are giving, not to a rich man, not to a man of power, but to a beggar. Why? Because the soul of the nation is in this. The soul of the nation is spirituality. A beggar, a monk, a penniless monk is being this much of respect. Why? The people's heart is here. People's actually heart is not there. They are not interested in wealth, they are not interested in power, they are interested in spirituality, in God. He is a God man actually. So that is the reason actually the nation actually paid, very great respect for Vivekananda. And then he had given a series of lectures. You all have to read those lectures to understand the glory of India, how great India as a civilization, our civilizational roots you would be able to find, you would be able to discover. And Swamiji told the central essence, if you ask me what is the gist of all these talks that Swamiji had given from Colombo to Almora, he says actually every nation has its ideal. One nation need not imitate another nation. Okay? Every country has its ideals. So the country actually takes up certain ideals and the whole nation believes that those ideals are great. So it's not for us actually to compare which ideal is great. And Swami says that you have taken up the grandest of the idea, namely the idea of spirituality, the ideal of spirituality, namely of attaining mukti. And Swami says that if there is any land on the earth which can claim to be the blessed Punya Bhumi, that is India. Because every soul that is wending its way Godward must come to pay for its karma to this land. If there is any land that has attained its highest towards gentleness, towards generosity, towards peace and towards calmness, and above all towards introspection and spirituality, it is India, he says. That's why it's Punya Bhumi, it's blessed land. So you have taken up the grand ideal of mukti, attaining mukti, because this birth and death, birth and death, birth and death, you have actually experienced so many such embodiments. And then actually you are fed up now, and now you want to go back to your original state. You want to actually release yourself from the clutches of this, thraldom of the senses, thraldom of this body and mind. You now you feel that actually this embodied existence is an oppressive existence because there is old age, there is a death, there are all the limitations of life. You want to transcend those limitations of life by attaining to your spiritual nature, by attaining to your divinity, by attaining, that oneness with God. That is actually yoga. And so only because you are prepared for yoga, physically and psychologically, that's why you are born in this country. This ideal is not an ordinary ideal. For a civilization to take up an ideal of this kind, it requires a lot of maturity. A new civilization, a just-born civilization cannot have such great ideal in front of it. And because you have been a very old civilization, you have experimented with life. And that's what he said to Americans also. You are mere babies, he said. You don't know what life is. We know what life is because we have seen so much of affluence in the past. Because ours is a very old civilization. So we have experimented with life in so many ways. Now we have come to the final conclusion. What is the final conclusion that we have arrived at? The final conclusion is this. The purpose of life, the objective of life is to know God, to know truth, to go beyond the cycle of life and death, which is actually called samsara. So no other country understands this. Only the people of India, people who are born on this soil, understand this great ideal. And this is not an ordinary ideal. You have taken up the great ideal. And hold on to that ideal, and the whole world will respect you, will revere you. And so don't give up your spirituality, the Swami said. Spirituality is the bedrock on which the nation edifice is built, he said. That is the foundation, that is the backbone of the nation. Once that is undermined, the nation will become an extinct race within 3 generations. He warned us, he cautioned us. And keep that foundation intact, and hold on to your spiritual ideal. The whole world will bow before you, will respect you, will revere you. There is a thirst for this spirituality all across the world that you must be in a position to give that. That's actually the message he had given, and he said there are countries in the world, for actually a majority of the countries, politics actually is the ideal. For a good number of countries, actually, the economy, to become an economic superpower is the ideal. For a good number of countries, to become a military superpower is the ideal. But we have not taken up any of these ideals. Politics, economy, and military, becoming a military power, these actually are not the ideals for us. For us, actually, to become one with God. Because this is a precious gift, this embodiment, human birth is a precious gift. If you actually invest it for any other purpose, it's as good as you are wasting your time. That's how we believed it, that's what our sages have said, that's what our forefathers have said. So we never cared for politics, we never cared for riches, we never cared for wealth, we never cared for, political power. Okay, our soul actually has always been only for God and for God and for God. And that's why Swamiji says that you can't make Ganga flow back to its source. It's impossible for you. You have been experimenting with these ideals. You have been practicing these ideals for ages. So that is your national characteristic. That is your lifeblood. So don't try to change that. You will die. That's what actually Swami said in these lectures from Colombo to Almora. He tried to reconcile, all the 3 systems of Vedanta, and they said there is no conflict between one system and another system. One leads to the other. Dvaita leads to Vishishta Advaita, Vishishta Advaita leads to Advaita. There is no conflict between these two. These three systems of philosophy, basically, it's all Vedanta. Dvaita Vedanta, Vishishta Advaita Vedanta, also Advaita Vedanta. They're all part of the same Vedanta, and it depends upon where you are. So you take up this and ideal, the spiritual ideal, and move forward in life. That's what he said. So the country was in deep slumber, and the country actually awoke as it were after hearing Vivekananda here. And actually, the freedom fighting also was going on, and there were a great number of people who actually, entered into this fray of political struggle to make the country politically free from the British. And Vivekananda, the greatness and the genius of the man is this. He didn't utter a single word against the British, but he galvanized the whole country against the British, albeit indirectly. And Swamiji saw a handful of the foreigners, how could they rule such a vast country, such a populous country? 30 crore Indians were being, ruled by just 70,000 or 60,000 of the Britishers. How could that be possible? Because we are not a nation as yet. There is no unity among the people. So he wanted to unite the country. How to unite the country? He was looking for the common thread. The spirituality is the common thread. And by discovering this common thread, actually, he wanted to give us this, actually, the whole India, you are actually a spiritual race, you are all the descendants of rishis and sages. Hold on to this spiritual ideal. So by preaching this spiritual ideal to people, and Swamiji wanted to unite the whole nation, he wanted to rouse that national consciousness first. This is a great nation, this is a great land, we are all one, we are all Indians. That sense of nationalism, that sense of patriotism was not there in the people. And through his wonderful message, by reminding the glory of Indians, by reminding the Indians actually the glory of their spiritual heritage and who their forefathers are, and Swamiji wanted to rouse this national consciousness, and he succeeded to a great extent. In fact, actually, he laid the foundation for the freedom struggle, and other freedom fighters, including Mahatma Gandhi, actually, they built the rest of the thing. The foundation was laid by Swami Vivekananda only. So he was a pioneer in actually even the freedom movement also. And actually, a galaxy of national leaders got inspired after reading Swamiji, and particularly Mahatma Gandhi said after reading Vivekananda, my love for country has gone up by 1,000-fold, because he could understand this country, he could discover this country. Of course, Mahatma Gandhi had great opinion of this country and the ideals of this nation, but after reading Swamiji, then he could understand it, how great it is really. So he knew that it was great, but after reading Vivekananda, how great actually these ideals are. And then he made up his mind that these people are real barbarians, not we. Not the subjects are the barbarians, actually rulers are the barbarians, and they went about proving that. How? Through non-violent struggle. A civilized man only can adopt the ideal of non-violence as actually a means to struggle for political freedom. A barbarian, actually a man who is unrefined and unregenerate, cannot take up those methods. It requires a lot of evolution. And he wanted to tell, because the Britishers indirectly, that you are exploiting a fellow human being, and that is not good for you. That is for your, spiritually it will be detrimental to you. And you have to give account for that, for all the oppression, for all the violence that you are doing. If you are a faithful Christian, if you are a faithful follower of Christ, you would not have done this. So gently he wants to tell them that actually you have to leave this country. You are not ruling over barbarians. You are actually ruling over highly civilized people. And because you are the barbarian, that you are using violence. Only barbarians use violence and not a civilized human being. And where is your civilization? You wanted to tell them, you wanted to remind them. And some of the freedom fighters of the contemporary India did not understand. And the great ideal of this non-violence that you were preaching, and that thought it was a weak ideal. And some of the revolutionaries, they wanted to, if you ask and if you beg them, they won't go. So you have to throw them out by holding their neck. That was their idea. So violence is also justified, because they are doing violence with us, and we can also indulge in violence and push them out. And that was not to the liking of Mahatma Gandhi. For the matter, no saint and no regenerate person would advise and would advocate that, because violence breeds violence. The moment you take up guns, the moment you take up to weapons, what the ruler does actually, he will consider it as a law and order problem, and he would use greater force to oppress you. Ultimately, it will result in great bloodshed. In the first place, actually, what for you want to win freedom? For people, when the people die, then what is the problem? For who will enjoy the freedom? If you achieve freedom with great cost, at a great price, so many people died in the struggle. So ultimately, for whom actually you want to win freedom if the people die? So violence cannot be the means. That's what actually Mahatma Gandhi understood. And so on the foundation that Vivekananda had built, he took forward the freedom struggle, and ultimately we won independence in 1947. And Swamiji, somebody had asked Vivekananda also, Swamiji, actually you're preaching spirituality, now we are actually, under the foreign rule and we don't have political freedom, and you're talking about spiritual freedom, the still higher ideal, without political freedom and without freedom in social matters, and how can we achieve and how can we aspire for that higher objective? And Swamiji said clearly that I can bring freedom in 3 days. And where are the people to preserve it, he said. With the kind of intellectual power they had, and he could have galvanized the country, he could have actually arranged for a great revolution. We could have, thrown British out by force. But where are the people, Swamiji asks, actually, to preserve that freedom? You have not become a nation as yet. That's why they could come and rule over you. So first try to become a nation. You have to build the nation up first. That national consciousness must be roused. That was his immediate task, and he had done it successfully in that small, brief span of time. In 10 years of work, and of course India he had worked only for 2 or 3 years, but just like a meteorite he worked. And then Mahatma Gandhi took it up, the freedom struggle, and 40 years, 50 years we could win the freedom. So a galaxy of national leaders, you name one, not just Mahatma Gandhi, Subhash Chandra Bose, Arvind Ghosh, Bipin Chandra Pal, Jawaharlal Nehru, all the freedom fighters had read Vivekananda and drew immense inspiration from his teachings, and the determination grew strong to dethrone Britishers, to drive them out of this country. And as Swamiji is told, he cautioned the West that if you continue to follow this pure materialism, he said that you will not live long, he said. You are all sitting on a volcano. That volcano might erupt at any time, he said. He warned the West, if you don't take the spirituality of the East, particularly from India, you are sitting on a volcano and you will not live long and you will pay heavy price for it. Just as predicted by Swamiji, there were 2 world wars in 50 years. 1897, Swamiji said this. In 50 years, 2 world wars came, 1914 to 1918, First World War, and 1939 to 1945, Second World War. He had anticipated that because the way they were going, he could clearly foresee that these races are purely materialistic, and so they will fight with each other for material pleasures or material wealth, and it will be difficult for them to unite. They will become actually great military powers because that was their focus. They will earn money, they will make them mighty military powers, and that country which has grown as great military power will try to annex other countries. They will invade other countries, and then by force, they will try to draw, their wealth. And that had happened. 2 world wars, they broke out, and the humanity had paid a heavy price. And he warned West about this pure materialism, and he told them that you have to take the spiritual ideals from the East, from India. And Indians also he has warned. What is the warning that he has given to Indians? He said that actually spirituality is the bedrock and the foundation and the backbone. See that the backbone remains strong. See that the foundation is intact. And then you will be able to do immense service to mankind. And these are the 2 warnings that he has given. And then what is his mission, if you ask Swamiji? What was the mission that he had accomplished, and what was the mission that he had hoped to accomplish? And the mission is still continuing because he established this Ramakrishna Mutt. Still we are continuing with the mission, and it will continue for some more time, and it has to continue. Why did he start this Ramakrishna mission? That Swamiji preached actually the 4 yogas. The gist of Sanatana Dharma actually he had given, and he had condensed it into 4 yogas: Raja Yoga, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and Bhakti Yoga. We have studied and we have discussed those yogas many times here. And he wanted the practical demonstration of all these 4 yogas. How to demonstrate that, how to apply it, our daily lives, these 4 yogas. And that's why actually he started this mission and gave this, objective of Atmano Mokshardham Jagat Hitaya Cha, for one's own spiritual upliftment and for the welfare of mankind. That would happen only when you combine all these 4 yogas in harmonious proportion, in equal proportion. So he wanted to demonstrate this is how actually these 4 yogas can be practiced. That's why in mission actually all the 4 yogas we lay equal emphasis. The Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, and of course Raja Yoga also. Little meditation is also practiced, but not in a very intense way. By practicing all these 4 yogas, Swami said that you can aspire to realize your innate divinity. So I established the mission, and Swamiji himself says that actually, what is your mission? And then he said, my ideal can be put in few words, and that is to help mankind, to remind mankind about their innate divinity, and to help them realize that in every moment of life. So that innate, so every soul is potential divine, he says. The goal is to manifest the divinity within. Do it either by work or worship or psychic control or philosophy by any one of these or more, by all of these, and then actually become free, he says. Doctrines are dogmas, books are rituals, they're all secondary, he says, temples are forms. So the ultimate goal of life is to attain to our divinity, which is innate in every human being. And how to manifest that in every moment of life. So just he wanted to tell that. That's why this is just mission actually is a model where actually all these 4 yogas we are trying to practice it just to show to the world actually how these ideals can be practiced. So to spread the life and teachings of his master, actually one of his mission, and Sri Ramakrishna actually is, prophet of harmony, Sarvadharma Samanvaya Swarupa. There are different religions in this world today, and there was, in the past, a lot of quarrels happened in the name of religion. People of particular faiths, they believed that their faith actually was the superior most, and then they went about proselytization and converting other people, mostly actually through force, that all had led to a lot of clashes. And this message of harmony of all the religions, and that is the actually key message of Sri Ramakrishna. There was an embodiment of the highest degree of renunciation, purity, longing for God, and this harmony of religions. And that message Swamiji wanted to spread across. And that's why actually he started this organization, because the message of his prophet and message of his master, Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, would be kept alive all in future, and only through a mission, and that's why he had established it. And Swamiji said at one particular place, and he said, so what is Sri Ramakrishna in his opinion, in his estimation? And he said he is the spring of this phase of as religious impulses, spiritual and religious impulses. He is the spring of this phase of as religious and spiritual impulses. And elsewhere he says beautifully that if I can show one glimpse of my master to the world, if I can show one glimpse, I shall not have lived in vain, he says. Not in toto. You may not understand Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa in toto. If you understand one aspect, one small, aspect of his personality, that is sufficient, the life will become blessed, he said. And elsewhere he said that, and in vain is the life of that individual who has not studied Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, or who has not come across the life of Sri Ramakrishna. He went to that extent. He went to the extent of saying that in vain, that life is in vain, is useless. If you have not come across a life like this, actually, it's an extraordinary life. From these words, you can understand how great is Master Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And he wanted the whole world to know about this prophet. If Sri Ramakrishna is master, of course, your life will be transformed if you read Vivekananda for sure. And Vivekananda had that faith and asked that his master's life is still greater. And then that's why he said this. One drop, he said, one spray from this infinite ocean, one spray from this infinite ocean of spirituality will make gods of men, he said. Sri Ramakrishna is a kind of spiritual ocean. You don't need the whole ocean. You just take a little spray from this. A little spray from that ocean is sufficient to transform individuals. In that high esteem, Sri Ramakrishna was held by Vivekananda. And of course, Swamiji said that he talked about universal religion also. Because now there are different religions. Is there any possibility? The modern man is asking actually, why there are so many religions? Can't we have just one religion? If at all you have to have one religion, and that religion actually must be based upon reason. And Swamiji says that a good number of modern educated people who are great in brain, in intellect, they are off the pale of religion, because their understanding is that religion is a kind of belief. It is not based upon reason. And that's why actually better you be off from religion. And so a good number of intellectual brains that today are not interested in religion. They think actually religion, it does more harm than good. That's the conclusion they're in. And only superstitious fools are actually holding on to religious ideas, and they've turned to big fanatics and buy goats, and then the quarrels will happen. Why it is happening? Because most of the religions of the world are faith-based, where you cannot question, where you cannot ask, where you cannot justify those beliefs on the basis of reason. And if there is any religion, if there is any philosophy which actually stands the scrutiny of reason, that is Vedanta. Because Vedanta is not based on a person, Vedanta is not based on a book, a text, standard text. Vedanta is based on principle. And Swami, that's why he says that, Vedanta can be the religion of the future. Others also may say that, our philosophy is the best, but your philosophy is faith-based. But this is not a faith-based philosophy or faith-based religion. It is based on reason, this is based on principle, this is not based on a prophet or based on a person, based on a text. That's why actually it's a principle. If you like, actually you take the principle. And in the West, Swamiji in fact had preached only the principle. He did not preach Rama, or Krishna or Ramakrishna. He did not preach any person. Because they were open-minded and it appealed to their logical minds, and they had subscribed to Vedanta. And Vedanta, as it is based on principle, it stands the scrutiny of reason, and so it can be promoted as the religion of the future. And if everybody subscribes to reason, and naturally they will come to Vedanta, and if everybody adopts Vedanta, then a universal religion is created, which is not faith-based, which is reason-based. It appeals to your reason and it transcends your reason as well. And that's the greatness of Vedanta. And now, as today's topic is the Messiah we missed. How did we miss him? Now, this we have discussed many times. India, the problem now is we have multiple religions and the constitution is secular. And in a secular country, how to celebrate religion? So the religion, let it be a personal affair. And in the process, actually, all the noble and the best content that our rishis have given us, the spiritual content, the spiritual ideas, are taken off from the school text and college text. And as a result, 2 generations of people have missed this grand religion, Vedanta. And what happened actually? What is the price that actually we have paid? A heavy price we have paid. You just see the kind of corruption that we have today and kind of value erosion. Everybody is saying that values are not there and education is not helping the people, to become human beings of character. A lot of value erosion has taken place. Why all this has happened? Because actually you have not given these time-tested spiritual ideals to the people through education. That is the only way if you want to universalize any great thought. If you leave it to the personal choice of the individuals, they will not be able to understand it. They will not be able to comprehend it. And because to do it on their own, actually they need to have the resources. Somebody in my family should have known the religion, should have known the Vedanta to impart that to me. And my parents are also ignorant, and how will they give these ideas to me? And in that way, actually, we have lost it practically. Today also in the West they are practicing. West actually they are reading Bhagavad Gita. West they are actually subscribing to Vedanta. They are exploring the Vedantic ideals more than in this country, the land of origin of Vedanta. More yoga also. Now people actually are celebrating yoga everywhere. They are practicing yoga. Now they have become introduced only to the Hatha Yoga. And this Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, Raja Yoga, this is the real yoga. The purpose of yoga is to help yourself attune to the divine, to help yourself to connect yourself to the cosmic. You are individual, you have to go to the cosmic. From the Vesti to the Samisti, that is the goal. Yoga is to yoke, to connect to the source of the universe, to that ultimate truth, that is God, that is consciousness. And they are experimenting with these ideas and ideals more than the East, because we have not known, because the 2 generations, they have missed this beautiful philosophy, the grandest of the philosophy, the most logical philosophy, and conceptualized by the greatest rishis and sages. And they were not just armchair philosophers. They did a lot of penance, tapas. They explored the subjective dimension. They invested lifetimes to discover these grand truths and have bequeathed such rich legacy to us. But we have missed that legacy. And of course, Swamiji is the last, or that says a modern rishi who had actually given us. He reinterpreted Sanatana Dharma for us, for the modern generation. And because the whole country was in confusion, and some of the people, educated people, started blaming the religion itself, started blaming the Sanatana Dharma itself. They said that India had become so degraded because of the religion itself. Our religion is full of superstition and irrational beliefs. And Swami said, no, your religion is so noble and so great, and you have not subscribed to the religious views and fully, and you have not practiced this because of your individual weakness. Because you are you are not subscribed to these views in toto because of your individual weakness, as you have not practiced it, and you have paid the price, not because of religion as such, not because of Sanatana Dharma as such, not because of Vedanta as such. He said, and he reinterpreted and reinvented Vedanta for us. The modern Rishi, he did not tell us anything new, but what the old Rishis had said, and Swamiji had given it in modern idiom. And so the nation has to pay homage to this great son of the great martyr, if you ask me. Sacrificed his life for actually giving us our religion back, and that's the reason Vivekananda must be studied. If you read Swamiji, you will fall in love with him. There's no way you can help yourself. You will invariably fall in love with him, because you will discover the patriot in him, the saint in him, the prophet in him, the mystic in him, a multifaceted genius, a gift given by Divine Mother, Kali, Supreme Consciousness herself, to this nation. And he is our asset, he is our treasure. So the more you explore Vivekananda, the greater you become in your life. So on this great occasion, because on 12th actually his birthday, we shall pay our tribute to this great martyr, the great saint and sage by taking a vow kind of thing. Let us take a vow that I will read Vivekananda every day, something from his complete works. And also, I will tell as many people as possible to read Vivekananda. I take up that kind of pledge and try to spread his message across. And this is more needed now than it was in the past, because we are passing through a turmoil in a way, and particularly from the cultural point of view and values point of view. So we need to empower the race with the spiritual message. And now actually people are coming increasingly for spirituality. It's good, because they have fed up with the materialism and they have understood that it won't give you a real peace and fulfillment, and they're exploring. This is the right time that we introduce Vivekananda to a great section of Indian society. We will stop here for today. We shall meditate for 1 minute before we disperse.
ખંડના ભવ બંધના જગવંદના
Mridang
विदितलंग रंग भंग बाजे अंग संग मृदंग गायते छंद भक्त वृंद आरती तुम्हार गायते छंद भक्त वृंद आरती तुम्हार जय जय आरती तुम्हार हर हर आरती तुम्हार शिव शिव आरती तुम्हार त्वमचलो नतं दिवं सकरुणं तव पादपद्मं मोहं कषं बहुकृतं न भजे त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो भक्तिर्भगश्च भजनं भवभेदकारी गच्छन्त्यलं सुविपुलं गमनाय तत्त्वं वक्रोद्धृतोऽपि हृदये न च भाति किञ्चित् तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो तेजस्तरन्ति तरसा त्वयि तृष्णा रागे कृते ऋतपथे त्वयि राम कृष्णे मर्त्यामृतं तव पदं मरणोर्मि नाशं तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीन बन्धो कृत्यं करोति कलुषं कुहकान्तकारी श्नान्तं शिवं सुविमलं तव नाम गम्या तस्मात् त्वमेव शरणं मम दीनबन्धो। ॐ स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। ॐ नमः श्री भगवते रामकृष्णाय नमो नमः। सर्वमङ्गल माङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थ साधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। सृष्टि स्थितिविनाशानां शक्ति भूते सनातने गुणाश्रये गुणमाये नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। शरणागता दीनार्ता परित्राण परायणे सर्वस्यार्ति हरे देवी नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। जय नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। जय नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। जय नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। जय नारायणे नमोऽस्तुते। मुक्तिं परमाम् अभयां वरदां नररूपधरां जनतापहरां शरणागतसेवकतोषकरीं प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां गुणहीनसुतान् अपराधयुतान् कृपयाद्य समुद्धर मोहगतान् तरणीं भवसागरपारकरीं प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां विषयं कुसुमं परिहृत्य सदा चरणाम्बुरुहामृतशान्तिसुधा पिब भृङ्गमनोभवरोगहरां प्रणमामि परां जननीं जगतां कृपां कुरु महादेवी सुतेषु प्रणतेषु च चरणाश्रयदानेन कृपामयि नमोऽस्तु ते लज्जापटावृते नित्यं शारदे ज्ञानदायिके पापेभ्यो नः सदा रक्ष कृपामयि नमोऽस्तु ते रामकृष्णगतप्राणां तन्नाम श्रवणप्रियां तद्भावरञ्जिताकारां प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः पवित्रं चरितं यस्याः पवित्रं जीवनं तथा पवित्रता स्वरूपिण्यै तस्यै कुर्मो नमो नमः देवीं प्रसन्नां प्रणतातिहन्त्रीं योगीन्द्रपूज्यां युगधर्मपात्रीं तां शारदां भक्तिविज्ञानदात्रीं दया स्वरूपां प्रणमामि नित्यं स्नेहेन बध्नासि मानोऽस्मदीयं दोषानशेषान् सगुणीकरोषि आहेतुनानोदयसे सदोषान् स्वाङ्के गृहीत्वा यदिदं विचित्रं प्रसीद मातर्विनयेन याचे नित्यं भव स्नेहवती सुतेषु प्रेमैकबिन्दुं चिरदघचित्ते विषिञ्च चित्तं कुरु न सुशान्तं जननीं शारदां देवीं रामकृष्णं जगद्गुरुं पादपद्मे तयोः श्रुत्वा प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः प्रणमामि मुहुर्मुहुः
Page number 8. वक्रतुंड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा। गणराज गजानन गावाहो, 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 गणराज गजानन गावाहो। सिन्दूरचर्चित शुण्ड विराजित, सिन्दूरचर्चित शुण्ड विराजित, मोदकहस्त पहावाहो, मोदकहस्त पहावाहो, गणराज गजानन गावाहो, गणराज गजानन गावाहो। विघ्न विनायक बुद्धि प्रकाशक, विघ्न विनायक बुद्धि प्रकाशक, तो वरदायक ध्यावाहो, तो वरदायक ध्यावाहो, गणराज गजानन गावाहो, गणराज गजानन गावाहो। आनन्दात्मज चिन्तित सेवित, आनन्दात्मज चिन्तित सेवित, हा भव सिन्धु तरावाहो, हा भव सिन्धु तरावाहो, गणराज गजानन गावाहो, 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 गणराज गजानन गावाहो। Page number 32. ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभासितशोभितलिङ्गम् ब्रह्ममुरारिसुरार्चितलिङ्गं निर्मलभासितशोभितलिङ्गम् जन्मजदुःखविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदहनकरुणाकरलिङ्गम् देवमुनिप्रवरार्चितलिङ्गं कामदहनकरुणाकरलिङ्गं रावणदर्पविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् सर्वसुगन्धिसुलेपितलिङ्गं बुद्धिविवर्धनकारणलिङ्गं सिद्धसुरासुरवन्दितलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेष्टितशोभितलिङ्गम् कनकमहामणिभूषितलिङ्गं फणिपतिवेष्टितशोभितलिङ्गं दक्षसुयज्ञविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् कुङ्कुमचन्दनलेपितलिङ्गं पङ्कजहारसुशोभितलिङ्गं सञ्चितपापविनाशनलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैभक्तिभिरेव च लिङ्गम् देवगणार्चितसेवितलिङ्गं भावैभक्तिभिरेव च लिङ्गम् दिनकरकोटिप्रभाकरलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् अष्टदलोपरिवेष्टितलिङ्गं सर्वसमुद्भवकारणलिङ्गम् अष्टदरिद्रविनाशकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदा शिवलिङ्गम् सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपूजितलिङ्गं पुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गम् सुरगुरुसुरवरपूजितलिङ्गं सुरवनपुष्पसदार्चितलिङ्गं परात्परं परमात्मकलिङ्गं तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् तत्प्रणमामि सदाशिवलिङ्गम् नामावली शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम् शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम् शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
सुन्दरेश मङ्गलं सदा सदाय 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 मङ्गलम्
चिन्मयाय सन्मयाय तन्मयाय मङ्गलम्
चिन्मयाय सन्मयाय तन्मयाय मङ्गलम्
चिन्मयाय सन्मयाय तन्मयाय मङ्गलम्
चिन्मयाय सन्मयाय तन्मयाय मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
अनन्तरूपमङ्गलं चिरन्तनाय मङ्गलम्
अनन्तरूपमङ्गलं चिरन्तनाय मङ्गलम्
अनन्तरूपमङ्गलं चिरन्तनाय मङ्गलम्
अनन्तरूपमङ्गलं चिरन्तनाय मङ्गलम्
निरञ्जनाय मङ्गलं सुरञ्जनाय मङ्गलम्
निरञ्जनाय मङ्गलं सुरञ्जनाय मङ्गलम्
निरञ्जनाय मङ्गलं सुरञ्जनाय मङ्गलम्
निरञ्जनाय मङ्गलं सुरञ्जनाय मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
अचञ्चलाय मङ्गलम् अकिञ्चनाय मङ्गलम्
अचञ्चलाय मङ्गलम् अकिञ्चनाय मङ्गलम्
अचञ्चलाय मङ्गलम् अकिञ्चनाय मङ्गलम्
अचञ्चलाय मङ्गलम् अकिञ्चनाय मङ्गलम्
जगत्शिवाय मङ्गलं नमः शिवाय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
त्रिलोचनाय मङ्गलं जटाधराय मङ्गलम्
त्रिलोचनाय मङ्गलं जटाधराय मङ्गलम्
त्रिलोचनाय मङ्गलं जटाधराय मङ्गलम्
त्रिलोचनाय मङ्गलं जटाधराय मङ्गलम्
दिगम्बराय मङ्गलं महेश्वराय मङ्गलम्
दिगम्बराय मङ्गलं महेश्वराय मङ्गलम्
दिगम्बराय मङ्गलं महेश्वराय मङ्गलम्
दिगम्बराय मङ्गलं महेश्वराय मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्कराय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय शाश्वताय 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 मङ्गलम्
शङ्करी मनोहराय
शाश्वताय मङ्गलम् Page number 59. शुम्भवेदारिणी मातभवानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणी शुम्भ विदारिणि मात भवानि शुम्भ विदारिणि मात भवानि जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि आदिशक्ति परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणि जगजननी चतुर्वेद बखानि आदिशक्ति परब्रह्म स्वरूपिणि जगजननी चतुर्वेद बखानि जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी ब्रह्मा शिव हरि अर्चन कीनो ध्यान धरत सुर नर मुनि ज्ञानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि अष्टभुजाकर खड्ग विराजे सिंह सवार सकल वरदानि अष्टभुजाकर खड्ग विराजे सिंह सवार सकल वरदानि जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि ब्रह्मानंद चरण में आए भव भय नाश करो महारानी ब्रह्मानंद चरण में आए भव भय नाश करो महारानी जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि शुम्भ विदारिणि मात भवानि जय दुर्गे दुर्गति परिहारिणि जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे जय दुर्गे Page number 108. కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడువాడు కొండలంత వారములు గోపేడు వాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు, కొండలంత వారములు గోపేడు వాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు. కుమ్మరదాసుడైన కురువరతి నంబి ఇమ్మన్న వరములెల్ల నేర్చినవాడు, కుమ్మరదాసుడైన కురువరతి నంబి ఇమ్మన్న వరములెల్ల నేర్చినవాడు, దొమ్ములు చేసిన అట్టి తోండమాంజక్కురవర్తి, దొమ్ములు చేసిన అట్టి తోండమాంజక్కురవర్తి, రమ్మన్న చోటికి వచ్చి నమ్మినవాడు, దొమ్ములు చేసిన అట్టి తోండమాంజక్కురవర్తి, రమ్మన్న చోటికి వచ్చి నమ్మినవాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు. అచ్చపు వేడుకతో అనంతాళు వారికి, ముచ్చిలి వెట్టికి మన్ను మోచినవాడు, అచ్చపు వేడుకతో అనంతాళు వారికి, ముచ్చిలి వెట్టికి మన్ను మోచినవాడు, మాచిక దొలక తిరుమల నంబి తోడుత, మాచిక దొలక తిరుమల నంబి తోడుత, నిచ్చ నిచ్చ మాటలాడి నాచినవాడు, మాచిక దొలక తిరుమల నంబి తోడుత, నిచ్చ నిచ్చ మాటలాడి నాచినవాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు. కంచిలోన నుండ తిరుకచ్చి నంబి మీద, కరుణించి తన ఎడకు రప్పించినవాడు, కంచిలోన నుండ తిరుకచ్చి నంబి మీద, కరుణించి తన ఎడకు రప్పించినవాడు, ఎంచనెకుడైన వెంకటేశుడు మనలకు, ఎంచనెకుడైన వెంకటేశుడు మనలకు, మంచివాడై కరుణ పాలించినవాడు, ఎంచనెకుడైన వెంకటేశుడు మనలకు, మంచివాడై కరుణ పాలించినవాడు, కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు, కొండలంత వరములు గూపెడు వాడు కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు కొండలలో నెలకొన్న కోనేటి రాయడు వాడు. पेज नंबर 130. श्री राम राम रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यम् राम नाम वरानने. सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम. पिछली साख भरो संतन की पिछली साख भरो संतन की आड़े सवारे काम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम. जब लगी गजबल अपनो बरत्यो जब लगी गजबल अपनो बरत्यो ने कसरो नहीं काम सुनेरी मैंने ने कसरो नहीं काम. निर्बल है बलराम पुकार्यो निर्बल है बलराम पुकार्यो आए आधे नाम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम. द्रुपद सुता निर्बल भाई ता दिन द्रुपद सुता निर्बल भाई ता दिन त्यज आए निज धाम सुनेरी मैंने त्यज आए निज धाम. दुशासन की भुजा थकित भाई दुशासन की भुजा थकित भाई वसन रूप भय श्याम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम. बल तप बल और बाहुबल, अपबल तप बल और बाहुबल। तो हे बलधाम सुनेरी मैंने चौथा है बलधाम। सूर किशोर कृपा से सब बल, सूर किशोर कृपा से सब बल। हारे को हरि नाम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम। सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम। पिछली साख भरो संतन की, पिछली साख भरो संतन की। आड़े सवारे काम सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम। सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम। सुनेरी मैंने निर्बल के बलराम। पेज नंबर 170। एहि मुरारे कुंज विहारे, एहि प्रणत जन बंधो। हे माधव मधु मथन वरेण्य, केशव करुणा सिंधो। एहि मुरारे कुंज विहारे, एहि प्रणत जन बंधो। एहि मुरारे कुंज विहारे, एहि प्रणत जन बंधो। हे माधव मधु मथन वरेण्य, केशव करुणा सिंधो। रासनि कुंजे गुंजति नियतं, भ्रमरशत किल कांत। एहि निभृत पथ पांत, त्वामिह याचे दर्शन दानम्। त्वामिह याचे दर्शनदानं हे मधुसूदन शान्त एहि मुरारे कुञ्ज विहारे एहि प्रणत जनबन्धो शून्यं कुसुमासनमिह कुञ्जे शून्यकेकि कदम्बा दीनकेकि कदम्बा मृदुकलनादं किल सविषादं मृदुकलनादं किल सविषादं रोदिति यमुना स्वम्भा एहि मुरारे कुञ्ज विहारे एहि प्रणत जनबन्धो नवनीरजदर श्यामल सुन्दर चन्द्रकुसुमरुचियेश गोपीगण हृदयेश गोवर्धनधर वृन्दावनचर वंशीधर परमेश एहि मुरारे कुञ्ज विहारे एहि प्रणत जनबन्धो राधारञ्जन कंसनिषूदन प्रणतिस्तावक चरणे निखिल निराश्रय शरणे एहि जनार्दन पीताम्बरधर एहि जनार्दन पीताम्बरधर कुञ्जे मन्थर पवने एहि मुरारे कुञ्ज विहारे एहि प्रणत जनबन्धो एहि मुरारे कुञ्ज विहारे एहि प्रणत जनबन्धो। नामावली गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि मां गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि मां गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि मां
गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि मां
शारदानाथ सच्चिदानन्द
शारदनाथ सच्चिदानन्द
शारदानाथ सच्चिदानन्द
शारदनाथ सच्चिदानन्द
शान्तस्वरूपा रक्ष मां शारदा शान्तस्वरूप रक्ष माम् गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि माम्
श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि माम्
गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि माम्
गदाधरा श्रीकालितनया श्रीरामकृष्ण पाहि माम्
ॐ नमो भगवते रामकृष्णाय 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 ॐ नमो भगवते रामकृष्णाय। जय भगवान श्री रामकृष्ण देव की जय। जय श्री शारदा माई की जय। जय स्वामी विवेकानंद महाराज जी की जय।